They say my heart rate will go down soon, so I'm just sort of waiting. But it's not happening, so I'll proceed. Madam Board Chair, Madam Chancellor, government representatives, Student Union President, distinguished guests, faculty, staff, graduates, families, and friends. I'm delighted to be here with you today and honored to be celebrating my new role with the Mount community. To the graduates gathered here this morning, today is your day. And as much as my installation as the 13th President and Vice-Chancellor marks a milestone of nearly unparalleled joy for me, I hope your graduation does the same for you. I remember being in your shoes and the sense of both accomplishment and anticipation that comes with a moment like this. I feel a special camaraderie with you as we all mark major milestones in our academic and career journeys today. A special thank you to all those on the university's Convocation Committee who worked hard to bring this ceremony to fruition. I know there is extra effort required when planning an installation as part of a graduation ceremony. Please know how grateful I am. Thank you as well to all those joining me on this occasion, friends, former colleagues, some of whom have traveled quite a distance to be here. From British Columbia, Saskatchewan, Ontario, Prince Edward Island, Newfoundland and Labrador, and other parts of Nova Scotia. To these special guests, I say, you are just that, special. You have touched our lives at various times along the way, and you continue to do so. We hold you close, and I extend a heartfelt thank you, and you know who you are and where you're sitting. Thank you for making this such an important moment in time, a very memorable one. To my husband, Cliff, a heartfelt thanks. From the beauty of Lake Superior and Thunder Bay, to the wheat fields of the prairies, to the hustle and bustle of Toronto, to the rugged coastline of the east coast of Newfoundland, to the peaceful mountains of western Newfoundland, and now to the vibrant, cultural, and intellectual hub that is Halifax. You've journeyed with me through several career adventures. I appreciate it, your steadfast support, no matter what turn or ferry the journey has taken us. So thank you. Halifax definitely has now our hearts. I am very grateful for the opportunity to join the Mount community. It is a distinct honor to lead the Mount in our efforts to continue our historic and important focus on the advancement of women, including non-traditional students, and expand our focus on experiential learning, diversity, applied research, and internationalization. So much of what the Mount is and what it stands for appeals to me. My own values and interests align well with the university's. My academic and administrative careers have included a significant focus on ensuring accessibility and opportunity for those with disabilities, both physical and intellectual. Starting with my undergraduate degree with an outstanding mentor in adapted physical activity, Dr. Jim Widdop. Through my PhD research involving persons with disabilities, to deanships and my work with Special Olympics Canada. In many ways, I believe my background in ensuring equitable access has led me to this remarkable institution. The Mount is well known for its history of fiscal responsibility and efficiency. And while there are funding challenges across the sector, I am grateful for the steady leadership, thoughtful management at the Mount. I stand ready to continue this work and ensure our funding requirements are recognized by this province. As President and Vice-Chancellor at the Mount, I have been given the opportunity to make a difference at a valuable institution, and it's a responsibility I do not take lightly. We know education opens doors, changes lives, and impacts society, which translates into a responsibility for all of us leading educational efforts. And that's why a focus on inclusivity and accessibility in education is key. Among universities in our region, there is perhaps no other for whom the commitment to social justice is clearer. It is a key element of both the Mount's vision and mission, the Mount's history as an institution providing educational opportunity for women at a time when they could not vote, shows just how deep-rooted a focus this is for our university and how far ahead the Mount has been and continues to be, and it goes back 140 years, more than 140 years. We were founded on the principles of equal opportunity for women, and this is a commitment that still runs deep and will continue well into the future. Today, the Mount is home to wonderful initiatives that have as their focus supporting often underserved populations in the pursuit of higher education. Working with faculty and students, our team of accessibility services staff provides individual support to students by promoting self-advocacy and an equitable learning environment. Our International Education Center exists as a hub and home for our international students. In their efforts, center staff seek to integrate international students into the Mount community, helping them make important academic, career, and friendship connections, working hard to build for them a sense of belonging. The Mount's Aboriginal Center offers supports for students in an educational and culturally engaging space on campus. The center provides academic advising and offers opportunities for students to learn more about Aboriginal culture while providing a place to study and engage with peers. It is the home to the offices of Veronica Gore, the Mount's Coordinator of Aboriginal Student Services, and Patrick Smalllegs Nagy, who you have met a little earlier, who has been recently appointed as the first Special Advisor to the Mount President on Aboriginal Affairs. In his role, Patrick will play an important part in supporting the success of Aboriginal learners and ensuring meaningful relationships with the Aboriginal community, both of which are of great importance to the Mount. As an institution, we are committed to action towards truth and reconciliation among Indigenous people. We are grateful, Patrick, for your leadership and the input of our internal and external Aboriginal advisory committees in this effort. The Mount's Alexa Madonna Institute for Women, Gender, and Social Justice offers the opportunity to connect and inspire Nova Scotia girls through special events. As their vision states, the Institute is a hub of feminist energy, action, research that seeks to achieve equity and improve lives in their complexity and multiplicity locally and globally. This past October 11th, the United Nations International Day of the Girl Child, we welcomed over 250 young girls to campus, plus families and community members, for a celebration featuring 9 of the most inspiring young women speakers from Nova Scotia. If the energy, confidence, and talent in that room on that day is any indication, we have a generation of passionate future female leaders in our midst. And all I can say is, wow. And add to it all, I've just cited the tremendous work of the very talented faculty at the Mount, whose research, teaching, and community efforts seek to break down barriers each and every day. For example, Janice Keefe and her team in the Nova Scotia Centre on Aging, who recently signed an MOU with the province to support research that will inform government policies on aging. Or the faculty soon to locate in our new Centre for Applied Research in Human Health, experts in diabetes, obesity, Alzheimer's disease, vitamin deficiency, early childhood health and well-being, and more. As well, the Mount is home to a staff like no other. No matter their job title, no matter their department, the staff across our university work diligently each day to ensure a welcoming, safe, respectful, and healthy environment for all our students. And for that, I say sincerely thank you. On a related note, I am delighted to highlight that just 10 days ago, Canada's universities, the Mount included, officially adopted 7 inclusive excellence principles to advance equity, diversity, and inclusion on campus and in society. These principles and accompanying action plan are designed to advance the efforts of universities across our country to improve the participation and success of underrepresented groups within the academic community. It was a milestone that many of us have been working towards tirelessly for decades, and to be witness to the nationwide adoption of these principles at recent Universities Canada meeting in Ottawa was certainly heartwarming for me. And while inclusivity should be considered at the structural and strategic level, and we must challenge systemic biases that inhibit the pursuit of higher learning for many. Let me shift a little and focus on the power of mentorship in education. In this vein, I believe each of us in the Mount community has an important individual role to play. As educators, advisors, mentors, we have the opportunity to change the way forward or the life of a student who is sitting on the sidelines. Graduates, I'm sure you'll agree that your family and friends have served as mentors for you as well, particularly over the past several years. And they are deserving a special thank you today for all they've done to support you in your academic journey. I'd like to share with you the story of someone whose mentorship changed the course of my life. Someone whose focus on inclusivity created opportunity for me, without which I just might not be standing here today. As a child, I was perhaps not the best athlete, and add to my lack of skill, I was an obese child, and it became easier for me to just simply say I didn't like to do something, rather than face the fears of being made fun of or being left out. I regularly sat on the sidelines or stood in the back of a schoolyard, and I can still picture today that large tree that I used to lean up against all alone. Until years later, a high school teacher of mine, seeking to boost my confidence in sport and far beyond, pushed me to try out for our high school basketball team. Well, I have to say, I couldn't play it, and I still can't, and I probably never will. I should never have made that team, but Miss Bernard saw a need for me to be on that team. That superseded any tryout results. Believe me, I know what it feels like. And I'm going to say that again. Believe me, I know what it feels like not to be selected, to be pushed to the sidelines, to be made to feel you're simply not good enough. For Miss Bernard's belief in me, her encouragement and ongoing mentorship, I am eternally grateful. The power of education is unquestionable. We have the power, a responsibility to be mentors, champions, and to inspire future generations to reach their potential. The value of this work is tremendous. Perhaps nothing inspires me more than working to help those facing the biggest hurdles reach their greatest potential. To support someone to try is a gift beyond measure. As the Special Olympics athlete oath reads, "If I cannot win, let me be brave in the attempt." The Special Olympians have taught me well the true meaning of determination and the importance of supporting others. Graduates gathered here today, this is now a torch that you must pick up as you begin the next phase of your journey to be it the pursuit of future academic opportunities or the start of a professional career. You've had the opportunity to observe and be mentored by some of the very finest here at Mount St. Vincent University. Become involved in your careers, your communities, and as Mount alumni, today you're joining the network around the world that is tens of thousands of people strong. This will always be your community. You are citizens of a world that needs your insight, your caring, your thoughtfulness, your compassion, and your commitment to all people, and in particular, efforts that support our most vulnerable citizens and enable the success of the marginalized. I encourage you to be that person who truly makes a difference in someone's life. I certainly hope your education has not just imparted knowledge. You need to do your future work, but also the passion and tools you need to make sure that work is done or applied in a way that is just. At no time has this perhaps been more critical than now. At the Mount, we need to continue our focus not just on passing on key lessons in science, the arts, professional studies, and education, although these are very important, but we must also continue our focus on ensuring that our graduates are global citizens. Before I wrap up, I have to share with you a couple of fun ways in which this opportunity at the Mount has brought me full circle. While I was growing up, my mother and father both worked in healthcare. My mom was a nurse and was taught by the Sisters of St. Joseph in London and at St. Joseph's School of Nursing. As a physician, my dad worked at the hospital, which was at the time run by the Sisters of St. Joseph's, Sarnia. The phone at our home, and I have to say, it was a landline, and it would ring often in the evenings and on weekends, and I can still hear my dad say with the receiver to his ear, "Yes, sister, no, sister, right away, sister." And now here I am, wondering if I too will get phone calls from our beloved Chancellor, Sister Joan O'Keefe. "Yes, Sister Joan, no, Sister Joan, right away, Sister Joan." My dad is here with me in spirit today, and would be proud knowing I'm working at a university founded by the sisters. Another quick story for you from the summer of 2013. The very first time I ever walked on the Mount campus, Cliff and I were visiting Halifax and decided to walk our 3 golden retrievers on leash around the beautiful campus, only to be stopped by campus security, reminded that dogs were not allowed on campus. And they weren't back then, but guess what? They are now. And I have to say, we were asked to leave, so we did. And I hadn't even applied, and I had already been asked to leave. All kidding aside, and with all sincerity, I thank the faculty, staff, students, and community for the warm, warm welcome to the province, the city, and the Mount that has been extended to both Cliff and I. Thank you for the opportunity to join the Mount community. It's beyond a privilege to serve this incredible institution. I've assumed my post supported and encouraged by several of my predecessors, including Dr. Elizabeth Parr-Johnson, Dr. Sheila Brown, Alexa Madonna, and Ramona Lumpkin. Ramona, whose recent legacy of leadership provides us with remarkable accomplishments upon which to build. I would also like to acknowledge the other Atlantic University presidents who have so kindly welcomed me. And in the years ahead, as I draw inspiration from the incredible women leaders who have come before me, I know I will also draw inspiration from the incredible work underway here, led by our excellent faculty, staff, and students. I'm grateful to be part of such a committed community. As I embark on my new role, I look forward to many wonderful collaborations in the name of an organization and the students we serve deserving of our strongest commitment. The history of the Mount has captivated me. The spirit of the Mount has inspired me. The future of the Mount now drives me. Thank you.